You doing, guys? How you doing, guys? It's Danny K right back here with another video. I said thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I'm in Colorado right now. Colorado's a beautiful state. Might add that Colorado's a beautiful state. Just played basketball, met some people, chopped it up on the real. It's very good. I think if you're a truck driver, especially doing OTR, it's not good to just stay in your truck. You know, if you could find a way to drive your trailer or just park a trailer and rent a car or do something, see the scenery, scope it out, see, talk to different people. You might want to move there. But without further ado, I'm going to talk about new drivers. They don't even have the year worth of experience in, and they jump into another company or jump into lease purchase. And this could go through other industries, but I'm talking about the truck industry since I'm a part of the trucking industry. Beware of just job hopping or going into a higher level, higher tier without the knowledge. A lot of people, they just want to jump. Okay, I'm going to jump and do this without knowing what it entails, what it truly entails. Not what a company will tell you. Because, of course, most time people, when they want you to sign up for something or they want you to join something, they will go and give the pros first. They're not going to go and say, oh, yeah, you might be bankrupt. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a $6,000 ticket you might get. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you all the pros, but none of the cons. So if you're a person that's not in a good position, you don't have money saved, you don't have experience, and you just want to jump into something that requires experience, requires a certain level of knowledge, a certain level of acumen, you are playing yourself and you're going to be sidetracked and you're going to most likely be a fool. There's so many people who, good thing about me, I used to work for the railroad and I planned out my exit in the railroad. I seen there were certain things that was happening. And I know once you don't have a skill, people could treat you a certain type of way. People could talk to you any type of way. If you just have no skill, I always tell people, if you don't have no skill, people will abuse you because you don't have no leverage in that situation. You have no leverage. So I seen some things, the railroad, a good job. I got out of it. I had money in my 401k. So I didn't come out of it on the tail end with nothing. I came out of it with something. But I seen that the tradition was shifting, the environment was shifting. With new management comes new things. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think they're playing with me. I respect them, it's all good, but I have to leave. If I don't feel like I'm not being respected the way I want to be respected, I will have to exit. And I planned out my exit, got my CDL, and got my job. I made sure I planned accordingly. I made sure if I come here, will I get hired? I made sure I did that. And I said, if I'm going to go, I'm going to make sure I have at least a year or two experience. Good thing I was a jockey driver, so I knew how to back up already. I knew the basics of trucking. It's different doing OTR. I'll give you that, different doing OTR. But if you just know the principles, it becomes easier. I kind of got the trucker thing handled out pretty easy, pretty good. So, I'm the crane operator. I was a crane operator too. So, I transitioned. I planned, okay, this is going to be it. But this is going to be my plan. I'm going to stick by it. A year or two of OTR. And if I had to go to another company, I'm not trying to go out for more than 2 weeks at a time. If I work for a company. If I work for myself and it's this lucrative, I don't mind going out for more. But I already have that in my mind. But I'm seeing a lot of my, you could say co-workers or fellow drivers, they don't even have a year worth of experience, but they job hopping. And then something happens at that job, they don't hire them, and now they're right back to their old job. And now you have to restart again. There's a lot of people don't realize. They're going to play with your money for the most part. They'll play with your money. You left and you just try to come back. Oh, they're going to try to play with your money. Unless you have money saved. People tell me they make it $400 a week, $300 a week. And I'm like, okay, the first couple months, you're probably going to be mad because you're not trusted. They don't trust you. But after 6 months, you're making that, you're doing something terribly wrong, or they're trying to just get their lick back. They're trying to get their payback, basically. So I tell people, I'm like, don't just jump from another company or jump into lease purchase without having a plan, without having somebody who's successful at lease purchase that you could talk to. Because since you don't want to save money and you don't want to take that time to buy a truck and learn the business, you just want to skip a step. And with that rush, once you skip a step, you might be lucky, but most likely you're not going to be lucky because you don't know what you're really doing. You don't know how to get, you don't even have a connection with the DM or with the company that you're working with. That's it. If you're blessed to have a good company, that's good. But it's best to have leverage on your side that you know what you're doing. So I see people, they jump to a company, they're coming right back. People lease purchase, they cancel the contract, come right back to be a company driver. Why go through all that unnecessary expenditure of energy when you go be right back at square one? And don't get me wrong, it's sometimes good to go back to square one, but you don't want to keep going back and forth, back and forth. That is not good. That is not good. Not only doesn't it look good on your resume, but also you have to restart again. So I tell this for drivers. If you're a driver in the industry, make sure you have a goal. Me, I already know. I'm like, if I want to get a new job, which in the future I am looking to get a new job so I get higher pay, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to have this amount saved up. This is my goal. So financially, I need to at least have a couple months of savings. I need to pay off at least 1 or 2 debts before I transition to another company. And if I transition to a company, I know what I want to get. Nothing less than this percent per mile. No less than this sign-on bonus. If you're not having a sign-on bonus, most likely I'm not going to come to you unless you're paying very good for orientation. So now I'm put in a position of power. I can make the moves. I am on the offensive. A lot of people, once you go to lease purchase or when you go to another company, then that doesn't work out. Now you're playing defense. You're playing defense. So this is all my new drivers out there. You're probably thinking, I'm going to go do lease purchase. You don't even have a year or 2 of experience. You want to go do lease purchase. I'm just going to jump into another company. Unless you have a connection with that company, if you just jump into another company, we don't have no connection and no leverage, which when you have at least a year or 2 years in the industry, you have some sort of leverage. You have leverage. Most people 6 months, but to be fair, if you have a year or 2 years of experience with no accident, clean record, you have leverage. And in my opinion, I think it's best just to go through the suck to know, okay, if I do this, I'm going to have a job at least pay $90,000, $100,000, $120,000, $150,000 a year. Then for you to go jump, then you got to restart back again with a company. So in my company, people coming back. Now they had to start at 48 cents. Somebody I heard was making 40 cents a mile. Now you're just hustling backwards. You have no leverage. No leverage whatsoever, my friend. Or some people, I had somebody who went to lease purchase, they got a $6,000 ticket. They didn't have $60,000 saved up. They didn't have no money saved up. So now you have to get a lawyer. That costs more money. You have to do all this to deal with this ticket. But if you trucking for a year or 2, okay, yeah, the paperwork, okay, the thing is 49,000 or 48 or 47,000 pounds. Okay, I'm going to go and you tug test, you drive it. Okay, this feels heavy. I'm going to go get a scale ticket so I can have an overweight pass if I am overweight. Or distribute the weight on my tandems appropriately. But if you just have a couple months in, you think you know it all. You don't know it all. You don't, my friend. You don't. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Now, if you're 6 months in, you still don't know nothing, then you're doing something wrong. You probably, it's nothing wrong being stupid, but just know, okay, yeah, I'm not the smartest tool in the bunch. I'm not the smartest guy. But after 6 months a year, you should have, especially after a year, you should know what you're doing. If you have no experience, like me, I had tractor trailer experience previously, so it's a little bit easier for me. But you have no experience, a year, you should be able to know what you're doing. Know how to run your clock. Now, and I said again, if you're in the industry, have a plan. A lot of people I see a lot of people, you can just see the death that they just drained. They got nothing in their eyes because they got nothing to look forward to. They don't have no goals, no aspirations. Me, I said I have a goal. Okay, yeah, the money I wanted to save this month, I hit. I'm like, okay, now let me see what structure I could do so my DM is satisfied, but I'm also satisfied. So we have a good relationship. You get me? So I want you guys to think about this. If you want to do lease purchase, no. If you have nobody that done lease purchase and they were successful at it, don't just jump into lease purchase if you don't know anybody. Don't just jump into be the owner op if you don't even have money saved up. People telling you need at least $20,000 to $40,000 saved up. Ideally, $40,000 to $60,000 saved up before you become an owner operator. Now you have to be disciplined enough to have that money saved up in order to own your own truck. Now, if you own your own truck, do you know lanes? Do you have connection with brokers? Do you know, there's a lot of things you really have to think about. It's not just, I'm going to just have my truck and I'm just going to go and do what it do. No, you have to be, okay, now what's the lanes I'm going to run? Where I'm going to run? Where regions I will run? What brokers will I go through? Do I have relations with shippers and receivers? These are necessities in business. But if you don't know the fundamentals of business, but you still want to do business, it takes luck. But you don't want to just depend purely on luck. It's like jumping off a plane with a parachute that has a 50-50 chance of not opening. Sometimes even less than that. No, you want to know what you're doing. Have people who are successful in the field, successful industry, that'll tell you. Even as a company driver, I'm like, okay, yeah, the clock is how you make money. Be very clever what you do to your clock. You mess up your clock, you can mess up your money. Having a relationship with your DMs, knowing how your DM will run you. So just some things you should just know about the industry before you just jump into I'm gonna be a business owner when you have no connections, no people who are successful at it. In my opinion, that's the height of stupidity. That's the height of stupidity. And easy money is leaving the market, and now hard money is coming in. So all the people who just jumping in, getting to see this, trying to make easy buck, now it was hard times. A lot of people leaving the industry because now it's hard times. But if you put yourself in a good financial position, and I'm learning this as I got older because I put myself in bad financial positions. I had a bag. I ran up some money, some thousands, and I messed it up too. So I learned from my mistakes. I'm like, okay, yeah, I did some things I'm not supposed to do. I was financially irresponsible. I was mentally irresponsible. You get me? So now it's like, okay, now I'm in this stream. Okay, now I gotta be responsible because if you're gonna have your own business, you have to fix the truck. You have to deal with the truck. You have to make sure you deal with the products that you're gonna be carrying. It's a lot of responsibility. Although it's lucrative, it's a lot of responsibility. And I've seen people who made. When I went to Convert, I talked to owner-operators that were making good money, and I talked to some who were not making good money. So what's the difference between someone who's making money, someone who's not making money? Someone who has a successful lease purchase and someone who doesn't. You need to know that. A successful driver and one who isn't. You should know these things. Know these intricacies of the business before you go and try to upgrade yourself. It's like relationship. You should have a relationship with yourself and with the Most High before you have a relationship with anybody else. This is things that I'm learning as I get older. And when you're young, you don't think that's important. But as you get older, those things are very important. Very important. So guys, it's Danny K. Comment, like, subscribe. Be careful. You're a new truck driver. Just go and get that time in. Get that year, 2 years in so nobody could tell you anything. Make sure you don't crash. Make sure you get your endorsements. Plan out what you want to do. I already have my plan. I'm not leaving the company I'm working at until I have a certain amount of money in the bank, until I paid off some certain debts, and until I have a job lined up that will pay me, as I said again, a sign-on bonus, a certain amount of cents per mile, and is a good, reputable company. Make sure, don't be stupid and just think, okay, the grass is green on the side, because you probably don't know what you're getting into. But at least when you have leverage, you have time and experience, they will pay you for that experience. So now you're in a powerful position. It's Danny K. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the video. If you're a person doing lease purchase or in any industry, you're trying to think, okay, yeah, I'm going to upgrade to manager, and you don't even know how to be a good associate. I think you should go be a good associate for at least a year, 2 years before you go to manager. Be a good manager before you go upgrade yourself there. Same thing with trucking. Before you even own a truck, be a good company driver. When you own the truck, be a good owner-operator. You want to hire somebody, since you're a good owner-operator, you're a competent owner-operator, you can hire somebody and be a competent business owner. And it reflects whatever you go. You wouldn't just be the best company driver. You could make good money being a company driver. You could. It might take some time. You might have to train. Like me, I might have to train if I want to make the money I want to make. Before I get to a company, a small company that was paying me what is due. So I'm babbling right now, but just have a plan, guys. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. My mom always used to tell me that. Take action. Go through the suck. A lot of people, this truck industry is not for a lot of people. That's the reality. If you can't be alone, if you can't control your thoughts, if you don't have a dream or a goal and you're listening to something that's productive, the truck industry may not be good for you. I'm in Colorado now, far away from home, from Jersey, far away from home, far away from my family. And I want to see them. I can't wait to see them, but I'm a long way from home. But I don't mind this. I don't. But if you're a person who minds it and that year or two is going to be torturous, get your experience in. Trust me, you're going to fly by like this, guys. You're going to fly by like that. Get your year in, have money that you want to save, and transition to another job. It's Danny K. Comment, subscribe, out.